You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech for Techs Tech Talk. This is a vendor special. Make more money with Syncro RMM and PSA. If you have any thoughts or questions on this topic, please feel free to co-watching from Facebook group. Please click the link in the chat, which I will post shortly, and this will allow your name to be displayed. Otherwise, you will be called Facebook user. I'm just going to post that link now just so you can see it. There we go. So, right, tonight we have got a chance of winning, or should I say you guys have got a chance of winning a £200, or no, get it right, $200 Amazon gift card, which is around £140. So that's a $200 Amazon gift card, which is around 140-ish pounds, obviously, depending on exchange rates. Make sure you click the link in the chat, which I am going to put now. There we go. Right. If you also join up to Syncro, you will also get a month's free. So you get a month, your first month basically free for Syncro, and another $100 voucher. So obviously you've got a chance of winning that $200, and then you will get a $100 voucher if you sign up for Syncro. And again, I'll post that link in the description now for you. So you've got quite a few links you can go and click there, purchase and so forth. So I'll give you plenty to do. Right, so first of all, today we are joined by Crystal, who is the sales manager at Syncro MSP. How are you doing, Crystal?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
That's good. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and who you are and what you do?
Yes, I'd love to. So yes, I am Crystal Hinkle. I am the sales manager at Syncro. A little kind of quick background how I got here. I've been with the company for almost 4 years now. The exciting part is that I was actually the first ever salesperson hired. So I have been able to start with Syncro at first launch, and I've been here since, been around as the product has developed and grown into what it is today. Manage an amazing team, work for a phenomenal company, and I'm really happy to share some information about Syncro with you all today.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Right, sounds like we're going to have a full show today. We've got quite a few people commenting in chat already. So hi Dave, hi Peter, hi Facebook user. Sounds like Facebook user is grabbing some popcorn. Remember to click that link, what's his chat.restream.io/FB for your name to be displayed. Otherwise, you will be known as Facebook user. Hi Arnold, he says hello world, and we've got quite a few people commenting on there. Someone's getting a mug, apparently. Someone called Paul, it says he's getting a mug. I don't know if it's from yourselves or not, or if he's just randomly getting a mug off of someone, but it looks all looks well, let's put it that way. So right, let's get on to the main subject. Let's have a look. So today's topic, as you've probably gathered, is make more money with Syncro RMM and PSA. So why should this interest you? You may ask. Well, it could be a good way for you to make a reoccurring income for your business by doing less work. You can pick up problems, manage security, updates, customers' computers, without even leaving the office and stuff like that. So it gives you a reoccurring income every month or year, depending on how you bill people. And that's probably a good thing at the moment when a lot of the UK is still in lockdown. So you could be earning money by, well, just sitting on your backside and typing on your computer all day long. To be honest, it doesn't matter if you go with Syncro or someone else. Obviously, we're a bit biased today. We're going to say Syncro. But a lot of our income from our retail store is now through managed services. So things like obviously Syncro and so forth, where we get paid monthly by the customer. And a lot of the stuff, we don't see the customers that much. They just call us when they've got a problem, but in 99% of the times we pick up the problem or sort their updates out and so forth before they even know about it. So first of all, if you have got any thoughts or questions on this topic, please feel free to comment. If you are watching from the Facebook group, please click the link in the chat and I'll post that again now. Otherwise, you will be known as Facebook user. Also, you've got a chance to win as well. So you've got a $200, don't get it mixed up with pound because you'll be disappointed otherwise. It's a $200 Amazon voucher card, which is roughly about £140-ish. If you click the link in the chat I'm posting now. On top of that, if you do sign up for Syncro, you'll also get a £100 voucher as well as a month free or a 30-day trial or however you want to put it, if you obviously sign up. And that link is in the description as well. Now, hopefully that's all the links are posted right and I've got them all the right way around. So let me pass you over to Crystal and she's going to tell you obviously about Syncro and go from there.
Yes, well, thank you very much for that intro. And I think, for all of you, I got a chance to chat with Philip before this broadcast, of course, and got to, learn a little bit more about your community. And it was really helpful insight. The really amazing thing about what I've learned about the community is that I 100% agree with Philip that if Syncro's not the right choice for you, that's okay. But I do think that, being able to offer managed services to grow your MSP is really, really important. And I, of course, am incredibly biased, but I do think Syncro is the right choice for that. And I can talk through the reasons for that. So I like to think about this from really any aspect of your MSP, whether you are just starting out, maybe you are a break fix, storefront that, is needing to adapt to COVID, or you've been an MSP for years and years. I think that Syncro can be a fit for all of those segments. And the real power behind Syncro is that it is a combined RMM and PSA. So what that actually means is that all built into Syncro, you have the ability to manage your customers. You have the ability to create tickets. You can track your time. You can turn those tickets into an invoice all within Syncro. You can even charge credit cards that you have on file. So it's all built right into Syncro. On top of that, there is a fully embedded RMM. So you can actually install the agent on as many endpoints as you would like and be able to monitor the health of those machines. And it's all under one hood. So one thing that's worth noting when it comes to having a combined platform is that Syncro was built together from the ground up. So what you might find, and depending on what you're currently using, we have some amazing competitors out there. Like, everyone does a really good job at what they're doing. The difference with Syncro, though, is that the tech was built from the ground up. So we weren't an RMM and then bought a PSA or the other way around. We didn't take two different styles of tech and try to mash them together. They were built together from the ground up. So what that allows you to do is create levels of automation that is incredible. So you can go, and Phil mentioned this, I love talking about this, going from an RMM alert can come in at midnight. And I'm sure, like most of you, not wanting to hop out of bed to handle some alert when you could automatically fix that issue. So you can go from receiving an alert to creating a ticket, running a script. You can even log time in that ticket, have that time append to a reoccurring invoice. And that's what it's really all about, right? Where we want that reoccurring money coming in every month. So Syncro provides you with the tools necessary to be able to do that. in addition to that, we talk about how important it is to be preventative when you're doing managed services. So if you're used to break fix and people are, just like the word says, something breaks, they bring it in for you to fix it. You're fixing things before anything ever even breaks. And so with that, there is that added step of needing to prove your value. So we do have some great reporting built into Syncro so that you can send your customers reports saying, this is what I've done throughout the month. You didn't even know you had all of these issues, but we took care of it without you even having to notice that, your hard drive space was low or, whatever it might be. So I think that just kind of is my, I guess, elevator pitch, if you will, because there's not a lot of products out there that you're going to get the level of features and functionality that you can get with Syncro. And it's worth mentioning that we completely disrupt the pricing model of most RMM and PSAs out there. So since we're a combined platform, we have the ability to charge per technician. So essentially, anybody in your organization that needs to use Syncro, you log in, it's $100 a user. So that means if your company has 3 people in it and you have 300 endpoints, you're getting charged $300 a month. If you have those same three people, but you grow your MSP and you're now managing 1,000 endpoints, your monthly bill is still going to be $300 a month. So Syncro is supporting your ability to grow your business. I love thinking about it in a way that, Syncro is going to be the first to congratulate you when you sign a new client. We're not going to punish you by tacking on additional fees when you go out to install new endpoints. The other reason that this is so important, and, I think that everyone's talking about how businesses are affected by COVID, and one thing that, Syncro has done is taken that incredibly serious. We do value our MSPs and the health of your business. So, when COVID hit and everyone went on lockdown, we started developing, we completely shifted our roadmap to be able to support the MSP's space and also support break fix customers that were moving to managed services. And so we're definitely developing fast. I don't know if you've ever been to our website or if you're familiar with Syncro, but we're releasing features sometimes a couple times a week even. So, we're working really hard to make sure that we're providing a quality platform with always, something new and changing to accommodate for everything that's happening, really. Philip, would now be a good time? Should I share my screen and show the platform for a little bit, or are there any questions?
Good idea to turn the microphone back on. Here we go. So let's just go through a quick look at some of the comments first, and then we can go on to the share screen. So some people saying the links aren't working. I've tested them, and a few other people have tested them, and they all say that they're working fine. So it might be an issue your end, possibly. We've got hi Facebook user. Oh, we've got a hi from a Josephine Griffiths, which just happens to be my mother who's tuning in. So hi, Mum. Nice to have you here tonight. So I better be nice and tonight and not be naughty or anything. Otherwise, she'll tell me off. So. Right, so we've also got James saying hi, evening all. And yes, Carl, your name is showing. It's definitely showing on here, so that shouldn't be a problem now. Again, if you guys haven't clicked that link in the description, what says chat.restream.io/Facebook, your name will come up as Facebook user. So you need to click that if you're in the Facebook group. It just gives Facebook permission to display your name elsewhere. And we've got a nice message here from the King of Ireland, as he likes to call himself. He's also got his name on the front page of Syncro as well, under the testimonials, and that's Cormy, or also known as Cormac. He likes his chicken, by the way. He's a bit of a chicken fan, apparently. So let's have a look. We've got another one from Facebook user. He's saying, I've used Syncro for many months now, and he's only started to scratch the surface of what I can do. So it looks like he's having fun with it. Looks like we've got a question. I don't know if you want to answer this question now before you go into it. Does Syncro have a diary planner to manage text diaries?
Really good question, Stephen. So there's multiple options actually. So if you want to manage essentially what your technicians are doing per ticket, we do have private notes available within the ticket. So if it's just them, you wanting to track exactly what they're doing throughout the ticket, you could use private notes. We also have what we call documentation. So you could have a documentation page for all of your technicians where you can have them document everything that they're doing. So you have a few options within Syncro.
Okay, that's pretty good. We've got a few people saying that the document link, what you gave out for the form, isn't working. So that one specifically, the Google one. I don't know if that's something to do with a Google account or something like that, or an issue like that. I'm just getting it again and reposting it to everyone in the group and on YouTube and everywhere else where you're tuning in. Let's have a look. So the link seems to be working for me. If it's not for you, I'll have a word with Crystal after the show, and we'll see if we can get another link or something else sorted, or a different way for you to apply. I'll give you a bit longer to apply if it isn't working or something like that. So you've got your chance of working. James says it was working fine for him. So got a few people saying hi, Phil's mum. So she's probably embarrassed at the moment now. So probably not as much as me, but there we go. Let's have a look. Someone's saying good discount for my mum as well. So okay, it looks like this show's going to be about my mother, I think. Let's have a look. So Cormac is asking, will we talk about the coming backups?
We could talk about it. I won't share screen or show anything. We've got some really exciting news. I think you'll actually hear some more tomorrow. I'm not going to steal our marketing team's thunder, but we've got some really exciting stuff. I'm happy to talk about anything in regards to more on like what it actually will include and pricing, if that's your question, depending on actual date of release. If that's your question, I don't have a hard number on that, but other information I'm happy to provide if you have specific questions.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So we won't tell anyone about you sharing this information with us. You know, it's not as if it's live on the internet or anything like that. Here we go. Right, so Google Docs link works fine for me from Peter. So it looks like it's working for some people and not for others. But so we'll sort that out after the show. And a few more people saying, oh, okay, Carl's saying it works now. So I don't know. May have been just a glitch. Who knows? Who says that Google works 100% all the time? Right, so are you ready for me to put your screen on so you can share?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let me get that turned on for you then. There we go. There you go. So the floor is yours.
Perfect. And you can see my screen with Larry on it here?
Yep.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a really quick high level. I'm not going to do an in-depth demo. I'd like to save more time for conversation and questions. But it's always nice to at least be able to see the user interface. So this is what a customer record looks like. So when I mentioned at the beginning, you have that full cycle business platform here. So you can manage your customers. And there's different ways that I like to talk about customer management within Syncro. So you can see these custom fields here. Custom fields can be utilized to store whatever information you want, whether it's a drop down with a multiple choice option, a birth date, if you want to be able to send out cards and that kind of thing. We also have a password vault built right into Syncro. It's no additional charge. So you can store encrypted files or encrypted fields right here within the customer record. You can also store all of your contact information for that company, and they can have their own custom fields. So you do have a lot of control over storing information here within Syncro. The question earlier, I mentioned just the ability to create documentation. We do have that. You can create documentation pages that are internal only or for specific customers and even available on their customer portal. So as you can see, this is kind of just the hub for all of the information. What I do like to show too is the online customer profile. So from here, you can customize this fully as well. This was kind of my idea of what it might look like if you gave admin privileges on a customer portal. So meaning they can see everything. They can see the account overview. They can see all open invoices, tickets, estimates. They can approve or decline estimates from here. They can track their assets. And then this is where, again, if you wanted to pass documentation or even credentials, so you can log passwords and that kind of thing and store them securely. So you can update the color scheme and all of that within the customer portal as well. And again, like I said, you can have different permissions. You might have people in an organization where maybe you'd only want them to see their specific tickets. That's totally doable as well. I keep mentioning the power of a combined RMM and PSA, and you can see that here right within the customer detail record. I can see assets. I can tell that this machine is online. By clicking this magnifying glass, I have access to the RMM pretty much right here from the customer detail screen, which you're not going to find this with a lot of competitors. So from here, I can see a thumbnail of what's happening on that machine. I could run a script. I could even start a chat with this end user. And what I'm going to do right now for the sake of this is just create a really quick ticket here. I like creating a ticket from an asset. If you're going to have to manually create a ticket, this is a way, in my opinion, to do that, just so that then you don't have to add that asset later. It's already going to be attached to that ticket. So it's just going to streamline that process if you have to manually create it. But of course, we have so many different ways to create tickets. Your customers can create a ticket via an email. They can use the system tray icon, which I'll show you later. You can use the RMM to automatically create tickets and that kind of thing. So within a ticket, I've mentioned you can track your time. There's multiple ways that you can track your time, but everything is right here within the ticket. You don't have to leave this screen. You have access to that asset as well, straight from the ticket. And again, those actionable tabs are available from here. You can communicate with your customer also straight from the ticket. This is also where I was mentioning if you wanted to keep private notes. So anything that you would never want the customer to see, but you want your technicians tracking, you can do that here within the ticket. The last thing I'll note, and again, I know I'm kind of going through this fast, but I just want this to be pretty high level. The other thing that I just wanted to show here within a ticket is the ability to add worksheets. You can have these automatically append based upon a custom field, but you can also manually enter those as well. So say I've got a virus removal. It has a ton of steps. I want to make sure multiple use cases. Maybe you just don't want to miss a step and you want to make sure you complete this worksheet. It's also an incredible training tool. So if you're growing your business and you're adding technicians to your company, this is a great way to get everyone up to speed and making sure that they're following your protocols. Now, from here, you have multiple options depending on your billing and how you're billing your customers, whether you're billing, maybe it is still break fix. You want to turn this straight into an invoice. You have the option to do that here straight from the ticket. What I want to spend a little bit more time on showing instead of the one-off invoices, it's possible. We do have a direct integration with both QuickBooks Desktop and Online as well as Xero. So anytime an invoice is generated, it'll automatically generate that into your accounting system also. But what I want to spend a little bit more time on looking at instead of the one-off invoice, if we hop over to a reoccurring invoice, again, this is where an MSP wants to be. You want to be billing your customers on a monthly reoccurring basis, right? So if I hop into, I'm just going to pick any of these reoccurring invoices because I mostly just want to show you the settings and the flexibility here. Every MSP that I talk to, for the most part, there's some main billing models, but there might be some intricacies. And so we do try to support as many of those options as possible. So you can create your reoccurring template. You can bill as often as you want. We give you the frequency options here. You can bill in arrears or in advance. You have you can see that you've got different template options and that kind of thing. You can have this automatically generate whenever you have, so this is going to run next on February 28th. These reoccurring invoices generate at 6 a.m. local time. So you could have it automatically send this to the customer. If you have a payment processor integrated, you could have it just automatically charge that card on file and you're done with it. Don't even have to look at this invoice. Money is deposited into your bank. You're good to go. So it can be as streamlined as that. There's, of course, you can see different options. So really quickly, if you have a billing model where you're billing time and material, this add any pending ticket charges, this setting is going to be your best friend. So all of the work, the time and material that you're tracking throughout the month, you can actually just have that automatically append onto a reoccurring invoice. You don't have to do that manually. It'll just pull it into this ticket or to this reoccurring invoice automatically. You can even choose which types of ticket statuses you want to have automatically pull in. So in addition to that, we have all of these different reoccurring line item types. So a standard line item is going to be a static line item. Maybe you bill flat rate. Hey, I'm going to charge you $1,000 a month. It's all inclusive. That's what it is. You can just create a standard line item. It can be MSP fees. There's your flat rate. You're good to go. But like I mentioned, we do have different types of billing models that we do accommodate for. So we have the ability to bill per endpoint and it's dynamic. So if you go out and deploy more endpoints, you don't have to go in here and manually update your reoccurring invoice. We can dynamically bill for customer as well as based upon the RMM package that you choose for that customer. So there's a ton of different options here on the reoccurring invoice side. And again, we integrate with payment processors. We're looking at adding additional processors as well. And so I definitely would recommend taking a look at this feature and just the fact that it integrates so seamlessly with your accounting software. You can be doing all of your day-to-day from everything from, tracking your time in a ticket to invoicing, and then I'm going to hop over to the RMM. So you can see where you really can have all of your business functionality essentially in one place throughout the day, which again, just saves a ton of time. And that's what we're all trying to do. So, I mean, you can look at making more money as literally setting up a reoccurring invoice and being able to charge your customers monthly as making more money, but it's also worth noting that making more money means you're saving your time because your time is worth money as well. And so that's why I'm going to hop over to assets and RMM now, and I'm just going to show you a few things that we have built in functionality wise that supports that. So you've got your main assets RMM page here. This is totally customizable. You can choose, what you want to have showing here. You can update you can have this active dashboard as well. Everything is interactive here. One of the things that I like to highlight is this little magnifying glass out here. This is creating a saved asset search. So anything that you find in here, if I create a new search, you can see we got very granular with that. You can really drill down on specific subsets of assets. And what's nice about using a saved asset search is you can perform functions in mass that way. So whether it's running a script in mass, or maybe you want to send out a broadcast message, maybe you want to look, so maybe a specific example, maybe you want to look to see which machine is missing an update for a certain KB. And then on Friday at 5 p.m., you want to send out a broadcast message that says, please leave your computer on. We're going to be performing updates. So that's kind of like a common use case that I can see right off the top of my head. So saved asset searches can be very valuable. I've mentioned this quick view modal several times, but we do have Syncro Live. This is our proprietary built-in remote session tool. This is built right into Syncro, so no additional charge, built right in. You can launch into a Syncro Live session really, really quickly, seamlessly. It's going to take you directly to the task manager with the ability to stop processes here. You also have a full service manager, so you can start, stop, and restart services from here. You have an event viewer, and you can search events. You can even add filters over here. When you drill into an actual event, it's going to give you additional information. You've got your file system, so you can upload, download, transfer files from here. We have a phenomenal registry editor. So my understanding, obviously I'm not an MSP. I know Syncro very well. One thing that I hear all the time is our registry editor outperforms Windows registry editor like crazy. One example, if you search here in our registry editor, it's going to give you the feedback of everything that it matches instead of having to go one at a time. So it can save you time here in the registry editor. Lastly, remote desktop connection. So let me clean this up just a little bit. So you can see you can hop right into a remote control session. You've got a clipboard where you can copy paste and that sort of thing. But while I'm here, from an endpoint perspective, so say you have a client that has an issue, they're sitting in front of their computer, what better way to get a hold of you than to just click, the system tray icon. So this is completely customizable. So whatever you want to add here, you can have them log into their portal. You can send them to your website. You can even have them run a command line prompt from here. But what I like to show off here is this agent contact form. This is totally customizable. So you can choose what you want required. Of course, this is going to pull in your company logo, and your customers can create a ticket for you straight from the system tray icon, which is incredible. It'll streamline the process, hopefully cut down on phone calls again, and also cut down on you manually having to create tickets. Also, the asset will already be attached to the ticket. The other phenomenal thing is that you can offer live chat to your customers. So if you enable live chat from a policy, they can chat with you straight from here. And you can, on your end within the Syncro dashboard, you can create tickets from these chats. So pretty great functionality here. Lastly, in Syncro Live, you have your terminal. So whether it be command line or PowerShell, you can be doing things in the background without disrupting the end user. So that is Syncro Live. I will take a pause here in just a sec. I think the only other thing that I wanted to show, and then I can't see questions while I'm doing this. So I'll show one more thing while we're here. Especially because we're talking about how to make more money with Syncro and how to automate a lot of your business. So if you hop over into automated remediation, I mentioned the ability to have an RMM alert automatically create a ticket for you. You could do that from here. So if I create a new automated remediation here, I can set my conditions. These conditions are incredibly granular. I'm going to do something pretty simple, but if I choose, say, trigger category, I can then come over in here and say, you can see this is pretty much everything that's going to be creating alerts within your system. So how about low hard drive space? You can add additional conditions. Maybe you only want this to run during business hours, or even better yet, off hours, because why not do things while you're not actually there? But so that could be another condition. And then you can fire off these actions. So maybe, I think a common one, let's convert this to a ticket. You can predefine all of these fields. So that's going to save you a ton of time. And then why not run a script? Unless there's more questions, I won't dive a ton into our scripting engine, but we have a built-in PowerShell module. It can read or write to your custom fields. It's absolutely incredible. So with that said, you can have a script running that not only does it clean up your temp files to remediate the issue, but it can also log time in that ticket. So again, charging your customers, making sure that you're always charging your customers, because I'm sure if I could see a raise of hands, I'm sure there's a ton of MSPs out there that forget to log their time or something like that, and they're leaving money on the table. So this is a way to ensure you're not leaving money on the table. So after you've done that, you've run the script, you could email your customer even and say, hey, just so you know, this happened, I took care of it. Going back to being able to provide value for your customers, because again, if you're always taking care of the issue before they know they have it, that's phenomenal. That's great. I'm sure they appreciate it. But then they're probably wondering, is anything ever even happening? Why am I paying this person? So this is a way to communicate without having to spend your time doing it. So not only will it make you more money, but it's going to save you time. So you have additional options you can do here. You can clear the alert and everything like that afterwards. So I think, again, what I'll probably do now, let's take a pause, Philip. I'm not sure. I'll hop back over here to see if there's any questions. Maybe if you have any that you've filtered through or you'd like me to answer, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let's just go through them again and have a look what we've got. So, there's one or two questions regarding the remote access. They're saying they're finding it a little bit sluggish and so forth when they've been using it in the past. Is there any upgrade you're planning on doing? Or any way you're going to allow people to integrate like another tool like TeamViewer or something with the package to allow them to do remote support a bit more successfully?
Yep, really, really great question. We hear you. So while I don't know if there's going to be a ton of work done to Syncro Live itself, we do have integrations with Splashtop, Screen Connect, and TeamViewer. And what's nice about those integrations is that where I was showing like the quick view modal to be able to hop right into a Syncro Live session, it doesn't replace Syncro Live, but it offers an additional option. So you enable that on a policy level, and you can use whatever of those 3 third-party tools that you like. Maybe you already have a license and you can just integrate those.
That's it. A lot of people are just basically been commenting and saying, just agreeing with a lot of the stuff you've been saying, to be honest with you. So there isn't much in the way of questions at the moment. There will be afterwards. We've got quite a few preset questions coming in from people from before the show. So I'll go through those in a few minutes. But if anyone does have any questions or as we're going along or anything like that, feel free to, well, ask the question in the comment section. If you don't ask, it won't get answered. It's as simple as that. So if you don't know what RMM means or PSA means, or you don't know how to do something, or will it work with something, comment. Otherwise, you won't find out. It looks like a pretty good tool from what I've seen up to now, so I'll definitely be looking closer at it for myself in the future. So let's go on. Yeah, that's it for questions at the moment. Do you want to carry on with your screen share? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show just a few more things, and then we can kind of go through maybe. Yep. All right. So whenever you're ready.
You've got a couple of questions coming in now. There must be a bit of a delay. So there you go. I'll let you get those ones. So, so yeah, you've got one from William. Do you offer telephone support or is it just email?
So I'm assuming this is technical support, and as of right now, our primary form of technical support is via our ticketing system. So what we strive to do a lot of times with like phone sort of technical support, it's an issue that needs to be triaged a little bit or tested on the back end, and so it is really helpful if you submit a ticket instead of a phone call, just so that you provide as much information as you can. Our technical support specialists can either test it on their machine or take the time needed to be able to provide a really, really strong answer. So hopefully that helps answer your question, William.
Looks like we've got a question coming in from Dean as well. Should he wish to move, how easy it would be to move over to Syncro?
So awesome question, because good news, we actually have an Atera importer tool. We have several competitor importer tools because we know that actually even wrapping your head around switching a platform is really, really hard. And so with the Atera importer, it's going to bring in customers and tickets from your Atera instance. And then we also have, basically it's a custom script that you can use via Atera to install Syncro. So we try to make that as easy as possible for you.
Okay, that's pretty good. And we've got a question coming in from Paul. Do you charge annually or can I pay monthly?
Great question. So yes, you can absolutely pay monthly. You're going to see a little bit of savings if you pay annually, but we do not do contracts. You can go month to month. Month to month is $109 USD per technician.
No, it sounds pretty good. And I'm going to say I've had a few people ask about this in the past as well. It is, and as Crystal's mentioned, if you're just one technician using it, it's just that one cost. So you could have one technician and you could be looking after 10, you could be looking after 100, you could be looking after 1 million endpoints, and you still get charged the same price. Obviously, there will probably be 1 or 2 extras in there we'll talk about in a minute for like security and stuff, I'm guessing. But the general basic cost is going to be the same. Next question we've got is, do you offer trial version?
We certainly do. We have a full 30-day free trial. It has all of the functionality that you'd see in a paying instance. We definitely recommend utilizing that trial. We also offer completely free full product tours with our specialists. So that's just something that we offer while you're in your trial. We also have live Q&A webinars a couple times a week, actually, to help everyone get trained up and ask whatever questions they have as well.
There we go. I've just gone and put you the link in the description as well for everyone, or in the comment section. If you do wish to join Syncro, you get a month free, or should I say a 30-day trial is probably the best way of doing it to begin with. And then if you do subscribe, if I'm right, you get a $100 voucher. So that's basically pretty much saving the money you've just spent for it for a month anyway. I'm into it as well. So for the second month, if I'm right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I think all of the information is in that link for that referral program too. So yep.
Yep, exactly. So that sounds pretty good. Dean Wood's asking a question. Is there basically price breaks if you have multiple technicians?
As of today, no, we don't do any price breaks. I'm happy to pass that along as a feature request. Well, it's not really a feature request, but kind of an update to our pricing model. But nope, we don't offer any breaks at this point.
Right, okay, that's pretty good. I think that's it for the questions at the moment. So if you want to carry on showing us a few bits and bobs, and then we'll go on to the other questions afterwards, if you've got more to show.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Turn your screen share back on so everyone can see what you're doing.
All right, can you see now?
Yep. You're up and running.
Okay. All right. So there was a few things that I think it's just kind of some features that I'd love to show. One thing is we have a really awesome chat tool. Again, this is something that you turn on a policy level. So maybe you do have customers where you're like, I do not want them to be able to chat with me directly, which is fair. So you can turn this on or off on a policy level, but it's really nice to just be able to, start a chat. You can, again, any chat that you have, you can create a ticket from it. You can even launch into a remote session. It provides all of the asset information that the chat is coming from. So, one thing I love about this feature, and pretty much probably 99% of all of our features are built this way with the MSP in mind. So it's not like a spec just gets thrown together. We're really consciously thinking about what does an MSP need out of a chat tool. And so we go through all of the steps. Why do they need it? What would this be helpful for? So we have a really, really awesome chat feature. It also is available on our mobile devices or our mobile apps as well. So you can kind of be available if you want. You can be available from your phone and mobile at the same time as well. So chat is amazing. I do always like to hop over to scripts and just talk through that really quickly. I will be the first to admit that I am not an MSP and I would not be able to write my own script. But the lovely thing about that is that we actually bootstrap some scripts already for you. We also have a community script library that's available that has almost, I think, 300 scripts in there as well that you can import into your library. But if you're creating a new script, there's just a few things that I'd like to show you since I mentioned it in the automated remediation section. But you can create a script. Of course, you can choose file types. PowerShell is definitely going to be the most robust option within Syncro. It's going to offer up the ability to add scripting variables. So I've mentioned this, your script can actually read or write to your custom fields, for example. So you have different variable types, but a platform variable, you can choose these values. So this is going to pull all of the information that is not only in the RMN, but the power is this is pulling from the PSA as well. So you can have asset custom fields that it's pulling from, but as you can see, you've got contact custom fields, that kind of thing. So really, really powerful when it comes to creating scripts. You also can add required fields. So you can, choose the file if there's something you need to upload before the script runs. However you want to do that, you can run that as a system or the logged in user. But if I scroll below here, this is the PowerShell module. So we give you some quick help here. All you have to do is copy paste this, put this right into the first line of your script, and then you'll get this functionality here. So I mentioned in that automated remediation that you can log time in your ticket. It's right here. We give it to you pre-filled out. You can just update it to make sense to whatever you're doing. But again, reading or write to custom fields, we show you how to do that here. So there's just some incredible power within this scripting engine. So if you are well-versed on scripting, definitely recommend trying Syncro. Hop into a trial instance and have fun, because it's really incredible. I think that I will just spend like maybe 3 minutes talking through this really quickly. The functionality behind the RMM, and I'm sorry, I keep saying RMM, so remote monitoring and management. This is the agent that you're going to install on the machine to monitor the health of it. But what's really amazing, I'll just hop into a base package. It goes so much beyond just monitoring the health of the computer. So you've got your built-in triggers. Of course, you can monitor services, start, stop processes, and that sort of thing. Any sort of event log monitor you can think of, online, offline. You have all of this built in, but we also have Windows application patch management and third-party application patch management built right into the policy. So you don't need any other third-party tool for that. So Windows patch management, pretty straightforward. You can run those on whatever schedule you want. You can choose categories, you can choose frequency, you can do all of that right here within the policy. Third-party application patch management, I do like to just show this really quickly because we've added a lot to this. I'm just going to create a new one just out of the box. You can see how quick and easy it is to create a third-party application patch management policy. So all of these right here, these are going to be built in. They're going to just be there available for you. You can choose whether you don't want it to install, update if present, or install and update. But what we've done is essentially given you access to the entire Chocolatey library. So there's like 7,000 plus applications in the Chocolatey library. So from here, if you want to manage something that's not in this list, you can actually just add different applications here to that third-party application patch management. It'll pull straight from the repository of Chocolatey. So it's pretty incredible here. Very, very flexible. This is what I'm going to leave you with, because we've been talking about making more money with Syncro. So one thing that is just definitely worth showing off. The way you make more money as an MSP is obviously providing great service for your customers. Staying in communication is key, making sure everything's okay. But checking in with them, maybe even offering discounts of certain products. Maybe you're going to start offering a different managed antivirus, for example, or whatever that might be. You can create custom campaigns within Syncro. So you don't need a third-party tool. You don't need to pay for another marketing tool to send out automated emails. So from here, you can do a one-time blast to all of your customers. It could be a triggered email where you want to send an email to someone maybe a day after their ticket closes. Hey, just checking in. Is everything okay? You can even send emails to specific lists. So you know how I mentioned you can create a saved RMM, like asset list. You could say, I want to send an email to everybody that doesn't have WebRoot installed or something like that, because I want to offer them a discount. In the same term, you could do it for a saved customer search. Maybe you're using a custom field to say these are leads, meaning you don't actually have them as a customer yet, and you want to continue to nurture that lead. You could send automated emails that way as well. So again, just another added bonus within Syncro, another third-party tool that you can cross off that budget, save more money going with a tool that has everything built in. If it's not built in, you'll probably find it in our App Center. So we're continuing to add additional applications. So you can really think of Syncro as the foundation of your business. This is your day-to-day. Everything connects to it. It's the place of truth. And then you have all of these options for different applications that you can connect to as well, to just increase your functionality and what offerings you want to be able to offer your clients, and obviously however you can increase your revenue by doing that. So hopefully that helps. I'll pop back over here and see if I've missed questions or if there's anything on the fly now that I'm done kind of sharing the screen. If there's anything else you guys want to.
That's no problem. I'm going to say, I think that answers a lot of stuff, but let's go through the questions. And first of all, before we do go through any more questions, if anyone else has got any questions, put them in the comment section. Otherwise, well, you're not going to know. So it doesn't cost you anything. Just put a comment in the comment section and let us know. So let me have a look for the questions what have come in. So first one was from Facebook user. Sorry, Facebook user, we're calling you that because you need to click that link we put in the chat. That way you will be able to show your name when you're in basically the chat. So it looks like an online tool, and you say it works with TeamViewer and Zero. Will it work on Mac OS?
Yeah, great question. So right now we have a Mac agent that's in beta that you can enable on a trial instance. It's going to do your basic monitoring. It does have the integration with Bitdefender. But what I will say about that is that we actually have a complete rebuild. I'm not spilling the beans here. This has been announced. We're working on another version of our Mac agent as well.
Okay, so basic answer, yes, but it's going to be even better. So Paul is saying, how long is the free trial and $100 voucher offer available?
So the free trial is anytime. You can sign up for a free trial whenever you want. I'm actually not aware I don't know if we put an expiration date on your voucher. Do you know, Philip?
To that, no. To my knowledge, there isn't. Well, hasn't been one set. So we'll let you know if it changes. Is probably the best way of putting it. So, or you let us know, and I'll update it. But it is in the discount area. If you're in Tech for Techs, if you go to the discount area in Tech for Techs, the link's in there. And if there is an expiry date, or get told of an expiry date, I'll update it and let you know. But at the moment, it should be going for probably at least a month or two, I would have thought, this offer. But again,
yeah, and I don't know. I see someone from Syncro say nope with a smiley face. So I think
there you go. So yeah, Synchro's in there. So yeah, okay. So there's your answer then. So no, there is no planned expiry date for the offer. So obviously they might change their mind in a few months' time, but who knows? So obviously if you're watching this in 2 years' time after we've filmed it and the offer's not available, don't blame me. I've down to Crystal. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. So we've got Paul saying, I'm weighing up current options and thanks for the info. So it looks like he's getting the information he needs. We've got one come from P. We'll call him P. How easy is it to change from Repair Shopper?
Love this question. And also, Paul, awesome. Hopefully this has helped. And if you want a demo, just hop over to our website. We'll provide you a full meeting and you can chat and ask whatever questions that are specific to you as well. And then for P, migrating from Repair Shopper to Syncro is incredibly easy. We actually have a back-end tool and we do it for you. You don't lose any data, any information. It's seamless. It happens in a scheduled, very short period of time. And we just convert your Repair Shopper account right into a Syncro account.
That sounds pretty good. And I do actually have a question what came in before the show slightly related to that as well. So let me just find that one. Let's have a look. So does Syncro make Repair Shopper redundant, or do I use it with Repair Shopper? I have a retail store but want to get into MSP as well. So he sells things as well. So what he's wanting to say is, does he need Repair Shopper and Syncro, or can he get rid of Repair Shopper and just use Syncro?
Good news, you can just use Syncro. So you will find all of the functionality of the professional services that you are utilizing in Repair Shopper. You will find those in Syncro. So even including the point of sale, like all of that is included in Syncro. And then you just have the RMM embedded as well. So I actually would recommend moving forward that Syncro would be kind of the place where you'd want to have the hub of your business, because then you can do everything. You can offer all sorts of services.
Well, that actually works out as a bonus as well, sort of, because if you do upgrade to Syncro, then you don't have to pay the amount you're paying for RepairShopper, so it's not as expensive moving over, and then obviously you get all the extra functionality as well. I'm not trying to
Exactly.
sell the product for you here, but yeah, it's a good one. So let's have a look. We've got a question coming from Facebook user. It says, "What's your typical MSP number of clients endpoints?"
Love this question. So since it's been so fun for me since I've been around since launch of Syncro, I think at the beginning, we found that 90% of our MSPs were, 1 to 2 user MSPs. And as we've continued to add functionality, it's still a perfect fit for that starting out MSP, but it's now also a perfect fit for, the mid-size MSPs as well. So I don't know if I have like a specific number, because I do think that we're a really good fit pretty much however many technicians you have. If I gave it an average, maybe 3 to 5 technicians and 1 to 2,000 endpoints.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. And William okay, remember join Syncro. He's trying to advertise for you here. Remember join Syncro's weekly open office hours hosted by 3 lovely ladies. So I think he's trying to get on someone's good books there by the sounds of it.
We do have Syncro open office hours. Yes, you can actually, I think you can register straight from the website. But if you do have any questions, you also can email me directly. It's crystal@syncromsp.com.
So that's like a live show, is it? Sort of you do every week?
Yep, we do it every week. It's just a we have one tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. It's just a rapid fire Q&A session. It's pretty great.
Sounds pretty good. I'll have to join one of those one of the days. Let's have a look. So Dean says, great chat and well presented. We use Shopper and Atira. I'm presuming that's how you pronounce it. So certainly worth the look. I think that's more of a statement than a question. And Peter also says he loves the open office hours as well. So that's good. So he sounds like a regular there as well. Right, let me go on to some of the questions what got sent in before the show. But if anyone does have any questions, feel free to shout them over if you do. Are you all right for time before we go on to these questions, Crystal?
I am good on time.
Okay, that's fine then, because I know you're busy. Right, okay, so let's have a look. So the first question is, why should an MSP, that's managed service provider, for those of you who don't know, consider Syncro over all the other options? So why should we have Syncro instead of, obviously, well, the other ones what have been mentioned?
Yeah. I'll keep my answer short since I've been, I think, long-winded today, but I'll try to keep it a little bit short. I think, the main thing that you should consider when you're looking for any tool is that it's a good fit for you, but a tool that allows you to hop in and be able to use it right out of the box. That's what Syncro provides. We have a pricing model that really encourages you to make your own decision. We're not going to lock you into contracts. So we really support that level of choice that you have when you are building your business. But really it's going to streamline your flow. You're going to be able to grow your business without worrying. You're going to be able to save time. You're going to make more money. And again, it's very easy to use. You can hop in and be managing 100 endpoint company in a matter of a day. So it's incredible.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. That does. I must admit, I'm impressed with the pricing rather than getting paid or charged per endpoint like you do with a lot like Ninja and stuff like that. You can pretty much start wherever you want and expand, and it's not really going to cost you anymore. So next question: what makes Syncro different?
I think what makes us different, well, there's several things. One thing, again, I recommend looking at our release notes and our blog. We are releasing features at an incredible pace. Our dev team is so fast, and the features that we release are quality and they're what you're asking for. So another thing that just makes us different, if you go to our Facebook group, we actually have a community driven development track. We're asking our MSPs what they want us to build, and then we actually build it. Like we've released in the last 6 weeks, I think there was like 4 different quality of life or community driven track releases. So that just makes us different. We really, really do care about our MSPs. We want to see you grow and succeed and make as much money as possible. And if Syncro can help you do that, that makes us really happy.
I have no problem making as much money as possible, that's for sure. So, right, is your pricing actually what it shows on the website? I think we've already answered this one, but I'll let you go over that one again.
It is, and the one part that you brought up earlier, you're not going to find any gotchas. It's not like you're going to turn something on in Syncro and all of a sudden get this bill that you weren't aware of. So we do. It's per user, unlimited endpoints. The only thing that you would be charged from Syncro is if you use one of our antiviruses. So we have 3 awesome options. You can use NCSoft, WebRoot, or Bitdefender. So that would be the only additional per endpoint pricing that you'd ever see from Syncro.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're all good choices for security. Those we have dealt with NCSoft before. We've done a couple of reviews for them. Pretty good software. I'd say it's very similar to BullGuard, which is more popular in the UK than NCSoft, but it's very similar to use, I'd say. Right, next up is, let's have a look. How do MSPs make more money with Syncro?
Well, luckily, I think that by you allowing me to show my screen for a good amount of time, I think I was able to kind of cover those things. But again, making more money can mean a lot of different things. A lot of times it's saving money that makes you more money. So saving money not only in platform fees, but also saving your time and being really accurate with your reoccurring billing because we make it so easy.
Yeah, I think that pretty much answers that one. Okay, this is a strange one. What's your favorite part about working for Syncro?
I love this question though. Like this is one of my favorite questions. It's the people. Like I mentioned before, I think really what makes Syncro different is that we do actually care about our MSPs. We show that we're active in our Facebook channel. I think everybody seems, if you know Syncro, you seem to know Ian. He's a co-founder. He's all over Reddit. So we're really involved with our community. So that also happens within the company as well. So I think that for me, the best part about this company is the people.
Okay, sounds pretty good. I'm going to say I've had a few dealings with Ian, and he seems like a decent chap. So, right, next question from Peter. You sort of answered this at the beginning. It's about backup. So, is there any sort of like plans for the backup? Or are you going to introduce a backup solution, or be able to like include your own backup solution within Syncro?
Yeah, so we're going to have, it's going to be built in. It's going to be 100% built in, seamless. You don't have to go anywhere else to implement your backups. So that's going to be launched here very, very soon. It's going to be a per license price of $5 per license. It is going to be pooled backup storage. So you'll find that that's going to be really competitive pricing as well. And so hopefully that gives some detail, but again, not to like go too far without, full release.
Yeah. And just remember, guys, dollars and pounds. Pounds is less than dollars. So obviously that probably works out about £4. Just to give you a rough idea. We're out getting my calculator out. Right. So we just had a question come in from James. We use Shopper. I'm presuming it means repair shopper, and I maxed out on the SMS. So text this month. How many do you get with Syncro?
Good question. So it's 250 text messages come included in any plan. You can purchase additional credits. So I think it's like, it's either $30 or $35 USD, and you get 2,500 additional credits, and those do roll over. So it's not like a per month. If you bought the add-on, it would roll over.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Is there a discount if I use multiple tools like RepairShopper and Syncro? I think you sort of answered that. You don't really need to use RepairShopper if you've got Syncro, do you? So the discount is that you're saving money from a RepairShopper of not having it, I'm guessing, on that one. Right, next question. I used to use Kabuto, but moved away when development stopped. I moved to Ninja, which is another RMM software. While I like what you have and it looks better than Ninja, can you reassure me that Syncro won't get replaced the same as Kabuto?
Yes, I can assure you that. We active development will continue on Syncro. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. So yes, I feel very confident to be able to reassure you on that one.
Right, okay, that's pretty good. We've already answered this one. Is security included? Obviously, that's going to be an extra. Do you have a rough idea what sort of prices it is for endpoint for security? A ballpark?
Yep. Yeah. So actually, with NCSoft and WebRoot, it's both $1 an endpoint. Bitdefender does have tiered pricing. It starts at $1.30 an endpoint. Obviously, the more endpoints you have, it gets down to $1 an endpoint. And then as far as other security tools, we do have integrations with Malwarebytes and Huntress and there might be a few others as well if you were offering additional security options as well.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. And this seems to be the last question I've got now, and this is from Peter. I'm trying to he's trying to get his company to RepairShopper as a stepping stone. I believe you can later upgrade to Syncro, but I've never been able to get the product codes and descriptions to marry up correctly between Xero, RepairShopper, and WooCommerce. Any tips on that? My business partner is super fussy with accounting, so Xero has to be spot on.
Okay, so the Xero part, and what I will say is that whatever you have hooked up with RepairShopper and your integration with Xero, all of that will transfer over to Syncro. The integration with Xero and RepairShopper and Syncro, it's the same integration. We do continue to update it, but I will say that it will carry over exactly how it is in RepairShopper. And then as far as the WooCommerce stuff, I'll be honest, that would definitely be a technical support question. I don't think I'm equipped to answer that one today.
Okay, so I think that was it for the questions. So do you have any final thoughts for us, Crystal, or anything you would like to say or add in what people haven't already asked or anything along that lines?
I think if I could say anything is just try it out. I mean, it's a free 30-day trial. We're offering some really great discounts, and that voucher is pretty great. So I just say try it. And like I said, you can go to our website right now and request a demo. We will provide a full product tour. You can ask whatever questions you have, again, that's specific to your business. Syncro is incredibly flexible. So even if you didn't see something in my quick screen share today, doesn't mean it doesn't have it. So there was no way I could get through everything. So I would just recommend giving it a try. We're happy to set up a call.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So I think that's pretty much it then all for today then, guys. So don't forget there's links in the description or in the chat for that $200 Amazon gift card, or should I say the competition to win one. So not everyone's going to get one, unfortunately. And also there's a link as well so you can get the 30-day trial as well as a $100 gift card once you sign up. I think terms and conditions are all in that link and so forth. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to Crystal for joining us today. And if you are an independent trader, store owner, MSP, tech, vendor, distributor, you can find out more information about Tech for Techs at techfortechs.co.uk/join. Join over 1,100 members just like you that can give you free business or tech advice. And did I say it's totally free to join with no membership fees or cost to you. But please, when you do click that join link, fill in the questions, because if you don't fill those questions in or answer them, we're not going to let you in. It's as simple as that. So don't start messaging me and emailing me and saying, why haven't you accepted us? Well, it's because you haven't answered the questions or pressed I agree to the rules and terms and so forth. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and thanks for supporting local independent businesses. And we'll see you next week at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Thanks again, everyone.